Hey guys, RichGage20 here, and I'm coming back with a classic dungeon. One of the classic dungeons I unfortunately had to miss and wanted to redo, and we are redoing it now. We are going for that lower Blackrock Spire. It is, of course, a Blackrock Mountain, which you can access from either, what do they call this, Iron Summit? I don't fucking know. Whatever you want to call these places. Burning Steeps, let's go with that. So what do you want to do? If I remember correctly, which I probably don't, you need to fly into one of these windows. This one right here, bam. And you just head up. And it'll be the lower one, obviously, because lower Blackrock. Yes, pretty sure. This is the correct entrance right here. Yes, this is it. Perfect. Now this dungeon does not get. It's very. What's the word I'm looking for? No one likes this dungeon because it looks insanely confusing and people just don't care for it very much. This dungeon is actually very simple, and that's one of the reasons why I very much wanted to redo this one, because I did not do it a great service. So first, to get the quest, this guy right here will be giving you a quest. You got to kill these people. They are not part of this guy. So once you kill them, then you can come over here and get the dungeon quest. Don't run in and pull a bunch of people. A lot of people make that mistake. Don't worry about going up there. It's kind of a dead end. There's no bosses, no important whatnot. So we want to just head through this direction here. Now I'm probably going to skip most of these mobs. Note that usually you'll have to be fighting these people, but since I don't have to, I'm not really going to. So you skip through these guys as well. And usually, sometimes, for some reason, healers and people will just jump off and fight these people. You don't have to fight them. There's no chance of really pulling them at all. But this is kind of a section where you have to fight all of them at once. This guy won't hurt you. I don't really know what I feel like he has something to do with the quest at some point, but now he just kind of walks around, so whatever. So yeah, you gotta pull those people, then kill these people, move on over here. And here's where the difficulty of this place comes in, because not only is this place confusing as hell, like a lot of people get lost here, but you have to pull quite big mobs. Like over here we got like what, 7 people, and hope you don't pull these people, which is another 6. And it's not easy. It is not an easy place. Like and then once you get down to the lower section, they're going to reduce the healing. That's where it really gets hard for healers to keep people up, because they got that 50% reduction to healing. Bull crap. Just not pretty. Just not fun. This is really it can be quite obnoxious. But here's the first boss over here. Not this guy. And you can fight him without taking those people, but I don't trust my team, so most of the time I take them anyways. It's this guy over here. He doesn't really do anything special. He's just a damage dealer, so you just kill him. You just tank and spank, kick his ass. This place starts to drop some nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I got that stat. This drops some very nice plate gear in this dungeon. So a lot of tanks, paladins, death knights even. And warriors tend to like coming here. So you need to head back in the direction you came. This is where people start to get confused. Everything else is pretty much straightforward. And you want to take this left over here. Now usually you want to cut through this middle section, because otherwise you'll pull this group here as well. And while it's not a hard group, you know, just people for some reason are impatient, and they like to fight as few people as physically possible. For some reason, I still don't understand that one, because it's like, whatever. But when you come in here, you want to come over and take care of this group right over here. You don't want to come in and try to pull another group, and then all of a sudden these people aggro to you. Now before you move on, this is a boss that people often miss, and I believe I missed it my first time through. That's why we're recording this. You want to come up here, because there's a boss right back there. She is a boss, and people often forget about her. Well, she's going to toad some of your members, which can be quite annoying when you're fighting her, because often she'll focus like primary targets like the tank or the healer, which can be quite annoying. But besides that, she doesn't really do anything special. Just tank her down. It's a nice leather gear there. And once you're done, you head back. I don't know who you are, but you're on my kill list. You can ignore this mob over here unless you really want to take him. And then you want to head down the stairs. Let's see. Yes, and then you want to come towards this door, because technically over there is where you want to go, but there is another boss kind of hidden away in a corner here. I recommend taking out these guys, because I don't trust them being around before you try to take out the boss. And probably this wandering pack here as well. If you can pull them without pulling anyone else, then you want to come into this little small section here. I'm going to guess that this guy's going to be left alive. I was correct. Take out Big Boy Flex over here, and then we got another boss. This guy does something similar to the previous boss, I believe. I can't really remember all that much, but he's pretty easy. You just take him out. And now we're ready to continue onwards. He's got some nice male wrist gear there. Very nice. I think that's intellect based, right? Yep, very nice for actually my class specifically. And let's just take out these guys. As you can see, a lot of them are not very connected, but you're more likely than not going to pull the whole group at once, and probably these guys all together. That's why this place is quite difficult, is because there's a lot of big pulls and a lot of little tricky stuff that they added to it, because this is like one of the final dungeons before the raids back in the vanilla area. Actually, this might be the final dungeon before the raids in the final area. Pretty sure it is. So yeah, that's why this place it comes to play. You know, it does not fuck around. Now this part, don't worry about it, there's nothing over there. This part's a little tricky because it looks like there's nothing you can do. There's nowhere you can go. Just like, what is this? It's all blocked off. I don't even get it. Well, you can just sneak right past here, and this is actually the way you're supposed to go. You just want to continue out here. The map does not help you much at all. Look at that. It doesn't even look like there's anything here. So that's why this place can get quite confusing. This part is where it starts to get very difficult, because I believe these grunts will reduce all healing effects by 50% on the tank. And so pretty much my advice to you in that moment is just to spam. I mean, just spam the unholy hell out of your heals during this section. Your mana regenerates pretty fast anyways. You just want to keep spamming heals on the tank so that there's no chance of them dying. And over here is also hard, because it's really hard to pull this group without pulling that group I just killed over there. So you're pulling like 6 to 7 people with 50% reduced healing. This place gets really hard even for heirloom gear. I shit you not. And over here it's almost impossible to pull one of these with pugs, I should say. With pugs it is almost impossible to pull one of these groups without getting both of them. And that's like, what we got here? 3, 4, yeah, it's like 8 people right there. Again, with 50% reduced healing. Oh, no, make that, these two will probably wake up as well. Make that like 10. Because with pugs, they're just like, no, we want to take everything. We don't give a fuck, because they don't realize that. They don't realize what the tank and the healer realizes, to which you're getting 50% reduced healing. Let's take one group at a time. No, they don't care. They want to pull everything, and so like you're getting like that whole 8 to 10 group pull bullshit. But you know, it's just, you just got, as a healer, just keep healing. Just don't stop healing, because your mana will regenerate really fast at these low levels. Here's the next boss right here. This boss almost always drops a pet. Don't be a dick. I mean, I don't know if it's being a dick or if I'm just too nice. I don't know how it goes. But this pet is almost always drops a pet, which I think it just did. Yeah, which I already have. Oh, I guess I only have one of. Is that another pet? Nope, it's an item. What are you looking at? But everyone was like, you know, it's just like technically none of us need that item, so I want to roll greed on it. But then someone else like steals it away from everyone by rolling need, while everyone else is like, we'll be fair, we'll roll greed. So I mean, just don't be a dick. It's like World of Warcraft, well, online games 101. Don't be a dick, you know. Just be nice to people. Oh, I did not mean to loot. I want to. There we go. Take care of that. Now you got to head up here, which is another little little small crack in the wall. To where you got to realize that's where you're supposed to be going. Really hard to find your way. There's an optional boss here, I believe one of the only actual optional bosses. But you need the head and that you get from the first boss. I think I have it here. Yeah, you need this head and you need some kind of pike. I don't remember where the pike is, but you come over here, you pop it in here, and you have to kind of go through an endurance round where a bunch of mobs are going to keep spawning and coming after you, then the boss will show up. This is just a non-elite section where all these are going to aggro to you, just AoE them down. It's not that difficult. I'm just doing that once to demonstrate. And continue onwards. This is kind of where the dungeon gets a little easier, but, well, I mean, a little easier to navigate, but people still have a hard time remembering where to go at this point. So usually what I like to do is go to the top section first. Of course, take out all the mobs in the corridor. But I like to go up here first because you're going to fight boss up here, then these two bosses down here, and then you're going to head upwards from there. So I like to take out this boss first, because if you go, especially as a tank, when you kind of lead where your team's going, if you go down first and then try to pull back up, chances are your team's going to not come with you and think like, oh, this is the way to go or something. Like, I'm going to go over here because I see a door or some shit, you know. Yeah. So I advise pulling them up here first. It's kind of nicer. I killed the quartermaster. This is another room of difficult situations, because you could just pull the group back and fight them over here and not take a boss and like six enemies at the same time. But people always pull the whole fucking room. I don't know why, but without fail, every single time they pull the whole damn room. It's a mystery to me. It really is. And this guy also almost always drops this pet, which people need roll while other people greed roll. It's just you gotta come to a consensus. Someone needs to make a consensus somewhere. Anyways, once you kill them, this is the way we came from. This is the way we need to head. But here's some bosses right up in here. Once you kill this first one, who actually has quite a bit of health for this dungeon, his pet is going to come, or his friend, buddy, lover, I don't know, is going to come right afterwards. So you have to fight two of them. And they both drop gear, so it's very important to kill both of them, and I believe they're both worth credit for this. Yeah, so we didn't do the bonus objective. We only have one more boss to go, and it's pretty much a straight shot to him. This place you also want to be very careful of, because if you stand too close to this edge, you're going to pull these spellcasters over here. And once again, you don't want to pull that many people. Because, well, yes, you have heirloom gear. Yes, this is still a vanilla dungeon. These people you can still die easily in a vanilla dungeon against mass swarms of people, especially if they're reducing your healing, which I don't know if they are at this point or not. It's still in this level. I'm not positive on that one, but you never know. Why risk it? Over here, you also don't want to pull this group. There's a lot of multi-pulls that you can do in this room. Do yourself a favor. Don't be that guy who multi-pulls the whole fucking room and ruins it for your team. Don't be that guy or girl. Don't be that person. Just don't be that person. So, now that we've gotten through all this, we're heading towards the final boss you can see right here of this place. And one thing you want to remember as a group, because a lot of people forget this and just leave immediately after killing the boss, and then other people stay to go turn in the quest or whatnot and get just ambushed. It's hard if the tank and healers leave, you know, that can make it quite difficult. So once you kill them, you want to head around. There's nothing up in there, though it looks like there's something up in there. I've seen tanks run into there who are not familiar with this place. It's just like, where are you going? Maybe he knows something I don't, and then you follow him and there's nothing there. This final boss is pretty much just tank and spank. That's probably why I got confused. But it's weird. The second you kill him, a mob will spawn or run into the room from somewhere or something. Eventually, I don't think it comes at first, and it might not be because I'm a low level. It might not attract to me or something like that, or maybe they're under here or something. I don't know where they are or where they come from. All I know is, take my word for it, because I think it's because I'm too high of a level for them to notice or track or whatever. Every time when you kill that final boss, a mob of like 2 or 3 people will show up and will run up here and start attacking you. So don't just leave immediately, because then half your team's here and they just get their ass handed to them by that. And it's kind of a really shitty thing to do. And so that was Lower Blackrock Spire, and I will see you guys, well, I guess in the next dungeon from now, because this will be probably the last one put up for this. So I will see you in the BC raid that I need to put up.